My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
Damn. And by the way, before suckers get mad, it's only like this because I don't have my Xbox no more. If I still have my Xbox, the differential between games would not be this big. Let me just say that. So, some of you guys are asking me to do an updated, game collection slash movie collection. I try to do one of these at least once a year, and it's always like around the summertime, so people have been asking me to do an updated, game collection. I was like, why the freak not? I'm gonna try to not talk too much in this video because I've seen like every time I've done a game collection video, I talk too much. It's like that joke be going over like 30 minutes. I'm like, golly, if I could get this junk like 20 something minutes, I'm good. It's gonna be my updated movie collection slash game collection. We're gonna start off with the movies first. This is not PlayStation. This is not still PS4 games. If both these stacks was PS4 games, god dang. So no, but this is my movie collection, my games and stuff like that. So let's get to the movies first. Let's start off with the normal DVDs. Got the Incredible Hulk. This was the one with Edward Norton. Great movie. Love the Hulk. Got Drumline, Nick Cannon's only good movie. Got that. Got Godzilla. I think this is is this the 1998 or 1999 movie? But this was a good movie too. I know some people didn't like the way they made Godzilla look because he looked like a freaking overgrown lizard. He didn't really look like a freaking monster, but I still like that movie. Got one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, The Polar Express. Freaking love this movie, dude. I always watch that junk if I'm sad, depressed, like whatever. The Polar Express, freaking love that movie. You guys have not seen it, see it. Fantastic Four. This movie kind of, I guess you would say, flop when it came out. I literally seen this movie for one reason at that time. When Jessica Alba was in her prime. We got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is season 2. I gotta get all this season. One of the best sitcoms of all time. Do not at me. I'm sure everyone knows Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And there's one, and I also got the Martin season, some of them, but one thing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did that Martin didn't do, I feel like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, even though Martin I think was the better sitcom as far as like just funny, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I feel like it was always more mainstream than I don't think that's like for a fact. I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was more mainstream than Martin because Martin was mostly in the black households, but Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was like a freaking movement. So, but it's still freaking one of the best sitcoms of all time. Got The Wolfman. This is with Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro. It's an alright movie. And I'm supposed to put this in the other stack. Leave that right there. I freaking had some of my games in here. Then we get to the Blu-rays. I got more Blu-rays than any. I actually haven't bought any Blu-rays lately. I still need to get Logan. One of my favorite movies this year. You have not seen Logan? Tis, suck it. But I still need to get that. I still didn't get Deadpool. I still didn't get Captain America: The Civil War. I like having collection of movies just because, I don't know. I've always liked having collections, of games, movies, whatever. That's why I'm for the whole, the whole digital era, but I always want to be able to go to my shelf and pull out whatever I want to watch or play. So, Don't Breathe. One of my favorite movies last year. If you guys have not seen Don't Breathe, oh my god, highly recommend. If you want this isn't even really a horror movie. It's more like a thriller. But this movie right here, easily one of my favorite movies I saw last year. If y'all did not see Don't Breathe, please go out and buy it. It's out on DVD now, whatever, on Netflix, whatever. Got This is Clover. This is the Cloverfield. This I guess this is like a, I don't know if this is a prequel or, I mean, I guess it's kind of a prequel. Yeah, I think it is kind of a prequel to Cloverfield, but this is a Cloverfield Fast 10 Lane or whatever like that. It was actually a good movie. I like the acting in it. What was the dude's name that was in this movie? Was it John Goodman? Yeah, I think it was John Goodman. His role in this movie is really good. Like, you don't really know if to trust him or not trust him. You ain't really too sure about it, but it's a really good movie. If you guys watched the, I think Cloverfield that came out, I don't even know what year, but I think that's a prequel to it. It's a good movie. 30 Days of Nights. If y'all want to see some real vampires, and I ain't talking about no Twilight no. I'm talking about some real vampires, and you want a good scary movie, a survival movie, 30 Days of Night, dude. This movie right here is a really gory, bloody movie, and it's good, man. Those are what vampires are supposed to be like. Good movie. Dark Knight Rises. You know what's funny? I have Dark Knight Rises, but I do not have the Dark Knight. I don't know why. I guess because I've still seen that movie so many times, like even without me needing to have it in my collection. But I only have Dark Knight Rises. I do not have Batman Begins, and I don't have the Dark Knight. How the freak do I not have the Dark Knight? That joke is a classic. Oops! Together! Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This was the second one to the one that just came out this year, War of the Planet of the Apes. If you have not seen the rebooted series of Planet of the Apes, watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes, watch this, and then watch War of the Planet of the Apes. I was not even a fan of the Planet of the Apes franchise before they rebooted it. It made me a fan, dude. 28 Days Later, one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. If that was to ever happen in real life, it would most likely go something like this, you know. So 28 Days Later, you can't go wrong. I also want 28 Weeks. And are they supposed to be doing, I keep on hearing that, because it was 28 days later, then 28 weeks later. Are they supposed to be doing like a 28 months later or year? I just heard like they still plan on doing one, but I don't know what's taking so long. But I freaking love those movies. Marvel the Avengers. This was the first Avengers movie. I think the first one is better than the second one. I still like the second one, but I just felt like they kind of rushed Ultron. Like that movie just felt like rushed, and they was just trying to do too much. But I still liked the second one, but I think the first one was better, just because when you first watch this junk in theaters, and when all the Avengers first get on screen together at that, it was like, my God, I'm actually watching this junk on a big screen. Like, it was crazy, you know. So got The Contract with Morgan Freeman and John Cusack. I've only watched that movie like 2 times, but it's not bad. After this, in my opinion, this was the point that you stopped watching the Transformers films. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, which was the second one. Megan Fox this is when she was in her prime, my brother. This is when that sucker was in her prime, you know. But after the second Transformers movie, it was just like, Michael Bay, just stop, dude. Just stop, because I used to be such a huge I used to watch Transformers when it was called Beast Wars. So I used to be a huge Transformers fan, and you know, I remember when Transformers was first announced to be coming to the big screen. Like, I was excited for it because it's freaking Transformers, but just what they've done with these films as it has just gone on, it's just like, just stop. I just feel like Michael Bay just literally gets off by just having like meaningless explosions, and just I heard that last one was so garbage, dude, and I have not watched. I still have yet to see Dark Moon or whatever it's called. I've seen, because now it would be on like FX and stuff like that to watch. I've seen bits and pieces, but I've yet to watch that entire movie. And I think that was the last one that had Shia LaBeouf, but they got rid of Megan Fox, and it had some new girl that looked good. But man, these Transformers movies, bro, you need to stop, Michael Bay. You really need to stop, bro. X-Men Last Stand. This is almost one of my guilty pleasure movies. Some people didn't really like X-Men Last Stand. You know, that was the one that had Jean Grey as the Phoenix. And it wasn't that great of a movie, but I think people spit on it more than it deserved to be spit on. I didn't think it was that bad. I kind of enjoy. I guess this is one of my guilty pleasure movies. X-Men: The Last Stand. I didn't think it was that bad, but it wasn't that great neither. Will Smith, I Am Legend. This is one of my favorite movies by Will Smith. Freaking love this movie, dude. I'm sure you guys have had to see it. I Am Legend. It's freaking I Am Legend. Great movie. X-Men Days of Future Past. Another great movie. I freaking loved this movie. The way they did it. The way the plot was, you know, with the old school X-Men and the new school X-Men. I freaking love the way they did that. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Again, if you guys have not gotten into this new reboot of Planet of the Apes, you need to do it. X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't know why at the time when I first seen this movie, I thought this jump was amazing. It's like the more and more you watch this movie, the more and more worse it gets. Like, this junk is so bad. And they had Deadpool in this movie too. And what was so cool about it is when Deadpool actually came out, Deadpool the movie, they kind of made fun of what they did to him in this movie. So, you know, this movie, when I first watched it, I loved it. But as I watched it more and more, I'm just like, this movie is awful, dude. So, X-Men Origins Wolverine. But Logan take a crap over all the Wolverine movies they've done. One of my favorite movies of all time, Training Day. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Training Day. If you guys have not seen Training Day, in my opinion, that's one of Denzel's best movies. Denzel and Ethan Hawke in that movie, the acting in that movie, one of my favorite movies of Denzel of all time. The Crazies, I think this was the 2008 version of The Crazies. I like this movie. You guys have not seen it, I'd recommend you watch it. Brother Possibly, I told you, sucker, I watched Game of Thrones. He sent me this. This is season 1 of Game of Thrones, which I still need to catch up. I've not caught up. People are always trying to get me into something. If you know, if it's not a TV show, it's a game. I'm not caught up yet on Game of Thrones. I watched it for the first season. Only has 6 episodes, so it's just like The Walking Dead. The first season of The Walking Dead has 6 episodes. So I have watched the first season, but I still have to catch up because in season 7, haven't watched none of the second season. But Game of Thrones, you know, I mean, it's good. But again, why watch Game of Thrones when I can just play the Game of Thrones in The Witcher 3? Makes no sense to me. So stop trolling, dude. But The Amazing Spot. I don't even know why I have this. I don't know why I bought this because I have this, but none of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's in my. I don't even know why I bought this at the time. I think I just had money to blow. I'm just like, let me just buy this. But this movie, it wasn't bad. You guys know I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I don't think Andrew Garfield's, movies was his fault. I just think the directing and the plot just wasn't it just wasn't good. But I don't think Andrew Garfield himself as Spider-Man was where those movies went wrong. I don't think that. King Kong, one of my favorite movies of all time. This is the 2005 Peter Jackson. Bro, if you have not seen this movie, I have not seen Kong Skull Island. I've seen scenes because it's been out for a while now. I think it's out on DVD. I know it has like action and stuff like that, but this movie I think was better than Kong Skull Island. From what I've seen of Kong Skull Island, I think the 2005 version of King Kong was better. He's just way more big in Kong Skull Island because he's supposed to be going against Godzilla, But and last but not least, 7 Pounds, one of the saddest movies you can ever watch, one of the most touching movies you could ever watch. The Babe Rosario Dawson in that movie. Lord have mercy. But those are all of my movie collections. Alright, so all the games. Got a couple games to get through. I used to have way more PS2 games, but that was the era where I was getting ripped off by GameStop. I was going to GameStop a lot in that era with the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. So I've had so many PS2 games, but these are the only ones that I somehow kept. So I just keep them just because these are the only PS2 games that I still have. Again, I got rid of my Xbox One, but I still have 4 games for. I just didn't get rid of them. PS3 games, PS4 games. Okay, so PS2. Sony, y'all be making remasters and remakes sometimes for games that people never even asked for. you know goddamn well that if you made a SOCOM 2 remake, SOCOM 1 and 2 remake, SOCOM combined us, SOCOM Confrontation remake. Y'all know goddamn well, and people been asking for this junk for years. Y'all be making remakes and reboots for games that sometimes people never even asked for. But y'all can't do SOCOM 2. If you don't make, bruh, and this was easily one of the best shooters, best online multiplayer games of all time. I will never get rid of this game just because I still freaking have it, you know, and it's the greatest hits version. I don't have the original like I used to. I think I bought this one because the original SOCOM 2 I had, that disc got so scratched up, so I had to buy a new one. But man, SOCOM 2, Sony, y'all know goddamn well as much times we've been calling the PlayStation 4 this gen that indie station 4, aka that remaster station 4. Y'all can't remaster one of the greatest shooters, online multiplayer games y'all have ever had. Come on, son. Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, in my opinion, the best Ratchet and Clank game of all time. Actually, this is my friend's game. He let me borrow this game, and my black behind never gave it back to me. I never gave it back to him, but it's legit been years. But this is my childhood friend's game, but he never asked for it back. And you know, goddamn well, me being black, you ain't getting jack if you don't ask for it. But Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, easily one of my favorite Ratchet and Clank game of all time. One of the best platformers of all time. I played that game so much growing up, my God. Last but not least, classic, dude. The movie game, Spider-Man game, this game was so good, dude. I freaking still have this junk. Here's the disc right here. I played this game so many times. This was the game based off of Tobey Maguire's first Spider-Man movie. This game was really good, man. I played this game a lot, too. Just a classic game, dude. And those are the only PS2 games I got. I just kept them just because, I mean, if you freaking trade them in now at GameStop, be like, yeah, how much more credit? You freaking take, you let me go to GameStop right now and be like, yeah, how much more credit can I get for SOCOM 2 and Ratchet and Clank going Commando and this game right here? They'll be like, let me see real quick. According to my calculations, you'll get 8-cent store credit. Like, why the freak would I trade the game? And I'm not gonna get jacked for it, no way. So I might as well just keep them. So those are the only PS2 games I got. PS3 games, I still do have my PS3. I'm actually letting my sister use it right now, but I still do have my PS3. So these are the games that I still have for my PS3. Killzone 2, the best Killzone game of all time. It's kind of sad how the Killzone franchise ended up being, but I'm doing a vid on that sometime soon. But Killzone 2 easily was the best Killzone game in my opinion. That game was great, and the graphics are still great if you go back and play it today. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5. I bought this game like damn near 3 times, it feels like, because they keep on putting these junks out again. But Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 remix, I bought that when it came out on PS3. Bought that junk when it came out on PS4. Resistance 2. Again, this is another game that Sony kind of lost, man. Like Resistance again was another good shooter, just like Killzone. It's sad how they had games like Resistance and Killzone only on PlayStation. They couldn't really, whatever went wrong with those games went wrong. But Resistance 2 was another shooter that PlayStation had as an exclusive, and it's no longer, it seems like. Infamous 2, my favorite Infamous game out of all of the Infamous series. I liked Second Son. Second Son wasn't bad with that emo Delson but Infamous 2, I just liked that the most. And this game actually had early access to the Uncharted 3 multiplayer beta, if you could see that. So this is like classic times, but Infamous 2 was a really good game. My favorite game out of the Infamous series. Uncharted 1, which a lot of people skip.
people just like to talk about 2, 3, and 4. Uncharted 1 was a really good game. I guess people didn't really talk about it like that because that was the first one. It wasn't really proven at the time. Uncharted did not get on the map until Uncharted 2 won Game of the Year. Like, before that, no one was really talking about Uncharted. Heck, no one at that time was talking about the PS3. Let's not remember, like, PS3 was getting treated like a freaking stepchild. Like, Xbox was getting all the love, and it's not until Uncharted 2 won Game of the Year that suckers finally started to pay attention to PlayStation. So, Uncharted 2, still to me my favorite Uncharted out of the series. All of the Uncharteds were good. Like, you really can't go wrong with neither one. But if I had to choose which one that I enjoy the most, Uncharted 2. I do have Uncharted 3. Drake's Deception as well, but I don't know where it is. I couldn't find that, but I got that as well. Red Dead Redemption, which one of my viewers sent me. I was playing this game. I think I'm in Mexico, which I think is like halfway through the game. Just stopped playing it for whatever reason. I think some games came out, and I'm like, bro, I can't be playing on PS3 when I'm trying to play on PS4, you know. But Red Dead Redemption, what I've been playing of it now. The start of that jump where you freaking feel like you freaking feel like you're like a farmer, sucker. You out in the freaking field, just freaking moving. you're herding cows and freaking cattle. And like the beginning, I'm like, what the hell is this play? You know, so I'm like, if you don't get this herd cows and sheep simulator out of my goddamn face, but nah. As you play through that game, it definitely gets good. I still have to go back and beat. I'm like halfway through, but I could easily see why people love that game and why people are waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2. So I need to go back to that eventually. It also has the Undead Nightmare DLC with it. Metal Gear Solid collection. This is the HD collection that includes Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, and Peace Walker. I got this collection at the time because Metal Gear Solid 4, this was actually the first one I played. I got into Metal Gear Solid 4. I got into the Metal Gear Solid series with 4. I remember when this junk came out again. PS3 needed games at the time, and they didn't really have none. When this junk came out, people had something to play, and I was playing this game, and I'm like, man, Metal Gear Solid 4 was a really good game. I think it's a toss-up because people just give it to Snake Eater easily! People just give it to that game, you know, Snake Eater, just like that's the best one and that's just how it has to be. I don't think it's so clear cut. I enjoy Snake Eater a lot. But Metal Gear Solid, not even 4, 1. I played that game, like over a decade after it first came out, and I still enjoyed it. If I could play a game like that to where you're freaking playing that over the top type, you know, style, and I still enjoyed it, and I still was that engaged into the story. Metal Gear Solid 1, I don't know. I'd have to think which one I like the most, but between Snake Eater, the first Metal Gear Solid, even though Metal Gear Solid 1 technically is not the first one, I know they had one on like PC or the MSX, whatever, you know, but that one on PS1, between Snake Eater and Metal Gear Solid 4, you know, I don't know. But it's between those 3 games. And even 2 wasn't that bad to me, you know, to where you're playing as a rider. I don't even think 2 was bad. I don't even think 5 was bad. I still enjoy 5 too, you know. I think all of the Metal Gear Solids were good, but let's all be honest. When Metal Gear Survive comes out, if Konami still has the balls to put that out, that will be the best Metal Gear Solid game. Here we have God of War 3, the best God of War game out of the entire series, in my opinion. You can't go wrong with God of War 3. Them boss fights in this game, Lord have mercy, reason enough to play God of War 3. BioShock Infinite, another game that was great. This also came with the download code for the first BioShock, which was the best BioShock in my opinion. I freaking love the first BioShock. But BioShock Infinite was not a bad game. This game was great. The gameplay was great. You know, and the story was good. So that game's good. Elder Scrolls Skyrim. This is probably one of my favorite open world games of all time. Never beat this game. Never actually beat the story of this game, because this game, I played Oblivion 2, but I didn't really play it like Skyrim. I used to just play it at my friend's house. But Elder Scrolls Skyrim, I've never seen side missions that in depth. Like, I'm talking about side missions leading up into other side missions to where I just forgot about the story. I'm just like, bro, I'm doing side missions and like these side missions are starting to connect to each. It was crazy. Some of the side missions they had in this game. I freaking love Skyrim. I freaking loved it. Batman Arkham Asylum. You know, when this Batman game came out, it pretty much put superhero games on the map. Prior to this game coming out, no one really thought that you could have a superhero game be a game of the year contender. It all started with really Batman. So now, because of Rocksteady and what they did with the Batman Arkham series, now people look to superhero games being really good and cross his fingers for that Spider-Man game when it comes out. So those are all of my PS3 games right there. I'm probably never going to get rid of my PS3 games just because, you know, again, I ain't going to get jack for them. No way. I bet if I take all those PS3 games to GameStop right now, be like, bam, how much store credit can I get for all of these suckers? Let's see. According to my calculations, carry the 2, bring down the 1. 21-cent store credit. I'm not gonna get nothing for it. Might as well just keep the junk, you know. So those are my PS3 games. Xbox One games. I don't have my Xbox One no more. I got rid of it just because I wasn't really, again, I bought the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One all for one game, Halo. And Halo is not the same no more. It just doesn't have that same impact it used to have. It doesn't feel the same no more. Still not a bad franchise, you know, but it's just not the same what it used to be. The glory days of Halo are clearly over. Clearly, you know, so I'm like, man, why do I really have it? I got rid of my Xbox after I beat Quantum Break. You know, it's just, there was really no reason for me at the time to have an Xbox. And still to this day, there's really no reason for me to have an Xbox, you know, but I kept these games just in case I do get my Xbox One back, just in case something happens, you know, they freaking drop a freaking new IP, but that's like finding a rare Pokemon these days, it seems like. So, Rise of the Tomb Raider, a lot of people slept on this game because it came out first on Xbox One. But then it came out on PS4 and people bought it. But if you did not play Rise of the Tomb Raider for whatever reason, this is a really good game, man. This game is so much better than the reboot they did in 2013 because they didn't try to focus on putting in a tacked on online multiplayer to say, hey, we have a multiplayer just in case. No, like they just focused on the story and the gameplay. This game is so much better than the first one. It's not even funny. Definitely recommend you play Rise of the Tomb Raider. Y'all know my history with this game. Halo, that Master Chief Keef collection. Damn. I don't think people realize how much this game was supposed to mean to the Xbox One. So, I don't think, bro, if this junk just worked when it came out, if it just worked the way it was supposed to, this game was supposed to be huge for Xbox One. And I don't think Microsoft realizes how much of a bullet they caught with this game right here, because if that jump just worked the way it was supposed to work, this is the best remaster, remake, whatever, because they did remake 2 in this. This is the best collection of all time, in my opinion. If it worked, but it didn't. And that was huge, bro, because they needed this game to make it work, and just did it, man. The Gears of War collection, this was good too. The Gears of War Ultimate Edition. You know, I think this is just 1. You know, but then eventually I think they included 2 and 3 with the deal. I don't know, but I know they did include another gear. I think it was Gears 2 that they eventually put with it because of something. But the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, I don't really even know if people are still playing that right now. You know, with Gears 4, I don't even know if people are still playing Gears. I don't even know if people are still playing Gears of 4. I don't know if people are playing Gears at all. I don't know, you know. But last but not least, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. You know, I got this game because I wasn't playing none of the Dragon Ball Z games after the best one. Don't at me. Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 3. Didn't play none after that. So I was like, it's a good game. Is it better than Budokai 3? No. But it's not a bad game. And then when Xenoverse 2 came out, it was really this like 1.5. Like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was not 2. It was like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1.5. So that's why I didn't get that game. But I really can't wait for that Dragon Ball Z Fighters game to come out. When that junk come out, boy, I'm about to be destroying cheats in that game. So those are my leftover remains, of my Xbox One X. This video is probably gonna go 30 minutes. It always does. Somehow, some way, it always. I think it really is gonna. It's really because I included the movies, but people like to see that too. So I actually have more PS4. Actually, used to have more games than this, but I started to trade in just a couple of games that I didn't play at all. I actually used to have more PS4 games than this. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 23 PS4 games. I actually had more than that at one point, but these are my PS4 games. Let's take this apart, because I want to do the old games first and then the newer games. So let's take this apart for a second. Oh God, oh Jesus. Okay, let's move this over, separate these junks a little bit. Here we have it. Okay, so NBA 2K17. I'm black. It's in my genes. I have to buy NBA 2K. Literally, I truly believe some people don't even enjoy playing 2K no more, but it's like a tradition. You have to buy it. I mean, what you gonna buy live? A good joke. So NBA 2K18, I'm not even hyped for that game, but I'm still probably going to get it because I enjoy basketball and, this is like sports games, dude. Like, if you enjoy FIFA or Madden, you don't necessarily look forward to the new one at this point, I feel like, but you still buy it just because you enjoy the, sport. So, NBA 2K17, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. The intro in this game was so intense, dude. I know a lot of people didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, because it didn't really feel like your traditional Metal Gear game, and I get that, because it didn't have like a lot of cutscenes and stuff like that, but it's funny, because in Metal Gear Solid 4, people were saying,
This game has too many cutscenes. This is a movie. This isn't a video game.
so they do the complete opposite in this game and not have as much cutscenes and have more gameplay. And it's like, this isn't a Metal Gear game. So it's like you can't win no matter what you do. But Metal Gear Solid 5 was not a bad game. Now that online was trash because I played that junk legitimately one day and never went back to it. Like, I did not put any time into this junk. But Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, I still think it was a great game, It's not my favorite Metal Gear out of the games by no means, but I don't think it's as bad as people made it seem like. Bloodborne, this was my 2015 game of the year. As much as I raged in this game is too good not to play. If you're new to the Souls games, you should start with Bloodborne. The soundtrack is amazing. Graphics are amazing. The gameplay is amazing. Everything about that game was good, dude. As much as I raged in that game, Bloodborne was my game of the year in 2015, dude. If you did not play that game yet, you could get it for dirt cheap now. Bloodborne, definitely one of the best PS4 exclusives till this very day. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I will never get rid of this game until I finally get this junk out of my backlog. So I'm not getting rid of this game until I finally play it. I'm in Skeelage, fam. Okay? I'm in Skeelage. So I played it a little bit, but I've never, and I think when this game came out around the time where I bought like 3 or 4 games that same month. So I think that's what messed it up so bad, because when I bought this game, I bought like 3 or 4 games that same month, and I could not just put all those games aside and just play this, and that was tough to do, because if you didn't really get into this game when it came out at the time, it was hard to get back into it. But I'm not getting rid of that game until I really play it, so it's not going nowhere. Dying Light, one of my favorite games of 2014. This game got slept on, in my opinion. A lot of the media outlets and the professionals out there, they kind of just made this game seem like it was, you know, but Dying Light, this game was really good. The voice acting might not have been that good, with the gameplay, you know, the replay value, the side missions was really good in this game. I can't wait. I hope they do a Dying Light sequel. I think they're supposed to do that, but Dying Light, if you did not play that game and you like playing, you know, zombie type hack and slash games, Dying Light was a really good game that got slept on. You already know. I mean, what else is there to say, really? I mean, not even do I have. Hold up, as I try to reach for this junk. Oh God, oh Jesus! Freaking, I'm getting old. But Last of Us, bro. Last of Us Remastered. Got that junk. You already know how I feel about Last of Us. I still actually have the still got the survival edition of the PS3. I will never. This was the first time I actually bought a game that wasn't just the standard edition. So I still have the survival edition. I still have the case too of the PS3 game. Didn't get rid of it, but I don't have the PS3 disc no more. I just got rid of the disc. But the case was too good to get rid of. This was the first time I actually bought again, a game that wasn't just a standard edition, just like the game disc, that's it. Like, I bought the survival edition, which included the comic. I think there's 5. I think this is one of 4. So it's 4 more, well, it's 3 more of the comics of The Last of Us. And this is like the art book and stuff like that, which was really cool. You know, just how the concept art they had for Ellie and Joel at the time. I just kept this because why the freak not, dude? Last of Us is one of my favorite games. Last generation. Freaking loved Last of Us. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this show because I'll get into Last of Us too. But y'all know how I feel about Last of Us, man. Rayman Legends. Let me just see if I could do that jump one last time. I got it. So, Rayman Legends. This game was a masterpiece, dude. And I don't remember the last time I called a game from Ubisoft a masterpiece, but Rayman Legends, one of the best platformers of all time, in my opinion. Rayman Legends, don't get it twisted. That jump was amazing, dude. Still to this day, if they came out with DLC for that game, I'll go back and play Rayman. That game was freaking amazing. The Netflix 1886. I know some people did not like this game because it was too short on the gameplay or too many quick time events, stuff like that. Let's not get it twisted. Order 1886 was not a bad game. Did it do some things wrong, like execution wise, as far as too many quick time events? You know, the cutscenes. I'm legit. You can beat this game in like max 3 hours. This is a short game. I think the problem was if you sell a game for $60+, you know, and it's only 3 hours and it has nothing else to do after you beat the story, no online, no nothing. That's where the issue lie. But that's where the issues in this game, you know, lay. But Order 1886 was not a bad game. The story was actually really good. The world was good. The characters were good. You know, one of the best looking games still today on PS4. This game was not a bad game. It was just too short and too many quick time events. The Netflix 1886 with a $60 price tag on it. How do you think people are going to respond to that? So I actually want a sequel for that game. You know, hopefully they plan on doing one. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. I think this game came out in 2014. This was and I'm not even into the whole Lord of the Rings world and stuff like that and the, you know, lore of whatever. But Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, really good game, man. I can't wait until Shadow of War comes out. Hopefully they improved on, you know, some of the things they did wrong. Because this game, it was good, and I really enjoyed it, but at times it did get a little repetitive. That last boss fight was like a gigantic
quick time event.
You know, so hopefully in Shadow of War, they improve some stuff. The Nemesis system in this game was really good. I'm sure it's going to be improved in the next one. So, going over to the last pile of my PS4 games. This game, again, this video is probably going to be over 30 minutes. I tried, but I failed. You know, but I'll try to, you know, make it all good, you know. So, this is the last pile of PS4 games that I got, and then we good. Okay. Alright, so Watch Dogs 2, a lot of people slept on this game, of course, because of the first one, you know, the downgrade, and the first one didn't really turn out how a lot of us thought. You know, it looked amazing when they first showed it, and then when that junk came out, it was like, this is not what I saw. So, well, Watch Dogs 2, they improved on a lot of stuff in this game, you know, that the first one didn't really do well. Never forget, I gave Watch Dogs 1 a 9 out of 10. Let's not forget that. But Watch Dogs 2, of course, it has its flaws, you know, and it's going to be, when you have games like this, it's going to be compared to stuff like Grand Theft Auto, whatever, Saints Row, I guess. But Watch Dogs 2, even Watch Dogs, I don't think that series was bad. But again, that was like the beginning of games getting hyped up to the freaking ceiling. And then when they came out, it was just like, it was a good game, you know. It wasn't a great game, but it was good. Kingdom Hearts, again, 1.5 and 2.5, and Kingdom Hearts 2.8 right here. You can actually buy this game because you can get both now, 1.5 and 2.5 for only $40. What they did on PS3 is they released HD 1.5 remix for $40, and then they released HD 2.5 for $40. So you had to buy both. I think it was $40 for both of those games. But with this one, you could get both HD 1.5 remix and 2.5 for $40. So a lot of people want to get into the Kingdom Hearts series because they're seeing more and more of Kingdom Hearts 3 and how amazing that junk looks with that latest Toy Story gameplay. And they're like, yeah, I think I want to get into this franchise now. So if you want to start, the best thing you can do is buy this right here, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 HD remix. Get this game, you know, play these games, watch all the remastered cutscenes they have in this, and then get the 2.8. You'll pretty much be caught up, you know, by the time whenever it comes out, like in 2045, freaking Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, you know. But of course I got those before I get to that, I hope y'all improve the AI in Kingdom Hearts 3, because Donald and Goofy in these Kingdom Hearts games are absolutely useless, dude. They do nothing but die. These games, bro, completely useless when you really need them. Ratchet and Clank, this was my game of the year last year. If you wanna reintroduce a game that was really good on PS2 to the PS4 era, this is the quintessential blueprint of how you do it. Ratchet and Clank, my god, dude, this game is just perfect. This game was perfect from head. I literally do not have anything bad to say about this game, bro. This is my game of the year last year. Amazing game, dude. Freaking loved it. Battlefield 1, let's move on. No. Battlefield 1. It was not a bad game. I just felt like the maps. It was really the maps. I thought the story was good. I enjoyed the story, but the maps in Battlefield 1. Now I did hear they came out with some new maps, and those maps are way better. But I haven't been back on Battlefield 1 since then. I just thought the maps of Battlefield 1 were some of the worst maps I've seen in a Battlefield game. But the game is not a bad game. So, but you know, I haven't been on it in a while. Mafia 3, again, another game that was good. The story was really good. The story in this game was really good. The voice acting was not bad. I love the setting. You know, it was in a lot of racism in this game. As you're walking on the streets, you just see freaking white guys be like, "Morning, nigger." Like, gamers are racist as freak, you know. But this game was really good, man. It was a really good game. The only thing about this game I think that hurt it was how repetitive it was in the mission design. These missions get really repetitive, and the mission does, and the mission design was just, it was just that's I think what made this game, kind of, not get great scores. But Mafia 3, it wasn't a bad game. It was just, repetitive. So last pile of PS4 games, we got Crash That Insane Trilogy. I've been playing a whole bunch of this junk, you guys know that. I'm close to getting that plat for Crash 1. I'm like at 80% currently right now. A lot of people have been playing this junk. This came out at a great time because, it's the summertime. Came out at a really good time. People were looking for that next game to play. This game is really good, man. All 3 Crash games remade from the ground up with trophies for $40. That's a cop sucker. Tekken 7, great game. I'm just starting to play this game again because I was playing it and then I put it down because Crash came out. So I'm literally just starting to like really get back into that game. Same with Injustice 2. And before when both of these games came out, I was playing nothing but these 2 games. But then Crash came out, so I put both of these games down for a while. But both Injustice 2 and Tekken 7 are great fighters. Really all depends on if you feel like getting spammed and zoned to death in Injustice, or just getting juggled to death in Tekken 7. pick your poison. So Street Fighter 5, as much as people claim to hate this game, every time there is an Evo, Street Fighter always has the most people watching it, most people playing the game. People could say and slander Street Fighter 5 as much as they want to. When Evo comes around the corner, suckers be watching Street Fighter 5. So, got that. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This was actually a really good game, man. I think what they did with this game, going from Resident Evil 6 to this, was a really good. It kind of brought back that old school vibe of Resident Evil. So Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, good game. Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't know what the hate is. I wouldn't even call it hate. I just feel like people are just trying to make this game like it wasn't nothing special. Horizon Zero Dawn is a great game. One of the best PS4 exclusives that the PS4 has had since it's been out, since late 2013. This game is not a bad game. I thought the beginning of this game was so very well executed, but as you play more and more and more throughout the game, it's a game that has RPG aspects to it. So a lot of times you're talking about stuff that you really don't care about. Horizon is not a masterpiece by no means, but I don't know. I just see a lot of people just, I don't want to say crap on the game, but just like from Guerrilla Games going to Killzone. From Killzone to a game like this, I think they did a great job. And I just think there's like a lack of appreciation for Horizon. I don't know what it is. Again, I don't think it's a masterpiece by no means because I had some issues with the game too. But I just think for Guerrilla Games going from a game like Killzone, which is a hardcore shooter, or at least used to be from 1 to 2, but from them going from a game like that to Horizon Zero Dawn, which is like an open world RPG-ish type game, I just feel like there's like a lack of appreciation for Horizon Zero Dawn. Don't know why, but I see a lot of people have that mentality towards this game. It's not a bad game. I think it's a must cop on PS4. Is it perfect? No, but Overwatch, I actually don't even have the freaking cover no more. You play a game a lot when like you lose stuff. I don't even have the cover no more. I had to like switch cases because I spilled juice on it and stuff. But Overwatch though, y'all know I like Overwatch. A lot of people like Overwatch. I love playing that game. If it wasn't for Overwatch and maybe Injustice 2 and Tekken 7 and Rainbow Six Siege, I don't know what like multiplayer games I'll be playing. Overwatch has been one of my main multiplayer games since it's come out. I know some people hate the game, but I've gotten people that hate the game, and once they tried it, they actually love it. People think it's just like a casual shooter when all they're doing is playing quick play. You have to play competitive to be competitive in Overwatch. Overwatch is one of the most competitive games you can play right now. not really in too good of a state because of Diva and freaking, I mean, I don't even want to get into it. Diva, freaking Mercy, Winston. I mean, it's just like Jesus Christ. But Doomfist is coming out soon. I can't wait to use him. And last but not least, Uncharted 4. I got the, I don't know. It wasn't the deluxe edition. I don't know what this edition was called. I think it was the limited edition. But I got this. This included. This included the art book of Uncharted 4, which is pretty cool. If I could get this junk out, bought this too. So really, the only two games I've bought like a separate, edition for is Uncharted 4. And Last of Us 2. Like, even there's been no other games. Like, because a lot of times with, like, different editions, they'll include stuff, but it's just like, you expect me to pay extra money for that? So it's just like not. Sometimes, like, the stuff that they include with it sucks. So I'll be like really hesitant to spend more than $60 plus tax on a game, But this included, some stickers and, like, the little art book of Uncharted 4. I was like, you know what, this is going to be the last Uncharted, so why not? Includes of course like concept art and stuff like that. So it's a nice little book that they included with Uncharted 4. And I freaking love the case that came with this version. I love the art design they did for this case, man. Freaking amazing. Love this case. But yeah, those are all my games, boys. Those are all of the games that this black, ashy, crusty behind sucker owns. My PS2 games, my PS2 games, my PS3 games, or the remains of my Xbox One games, and my PS4 games, man. I would actually love you guys to leave a comment. You don't have to. I wish they had video responses on YouTube. That's something that's been completely forgotten. Video responses, dude, like that was a thing, but since that's not around no more, you guys leave in the comments if you've watched this entire video. If you've gotten to this point, okay? Leave in the comments, I'm a real sucker out this mother sucker. So leave in the comments your game collection, and that's not even including some of the games I have installed on my PS4 games, because now I play PC as well. I have more games than just this, but they're either on my PS4 or on Steam. So I have like a lot of games, dude. But you guys leave. As far as game collections, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, whatever, leave your game collections down in the comments below, and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, man, now I gotta clean up all of this mess. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace out.